Hello, everyone. My name is Or, and I'm the VP of Product for Bond, a supply chain OS which helps brands and fulfillment partners plan, execute, and optimize their supply chain activities. The recent world events have changed retail and e-commerce in a very meaningful way. More and more brands are going direct to consumers, and consumers' expectations for quick delivery are forcing brands and fulfillment partners to push the boundaries when it comes to their operational planning and flexibility. Like in every change, there will be losers and there will be winners. My presentation today will highlight the actions that brands can take in order to plan, execute, and optimize their supply chain operations and build delightful post-purchase experiences. I'll start with highlighting some of the winners in the changing environment. Some of the current winners are well-funded fast movers with the right technical infrastructure to support their activity. I'll focus on one of them in order to try and understand the key elements of success. The one I'm going to focus on is Fridge No More. Fridge No More operates most of its activities in New York. And as a New York resident, I really enjoyed their service. And it was kind of a mind-blowing experience for me to experience the 15 minutes delivery experience for the first time. So Fridge No More, the way they operate, first step is infrastructure setup. So they would set up those micro fulfillment centers, which they call dark stores, in a hyper-local way, growing a radius of 1 mile around each and every one of those dark stores. And this 1 mile radius is the enabled delivery area. Pretty strict guidelines. Another unique thing with their setup is that the way they fine-tune their dark stores. They have a pretty localized setup, which means that the products that are hosted in those dark stores are localized to the local consumer with local brands they know and love. Dark stores would typically be between 2,000 to 3,000 square feet and would typically host around 2,000 SKUs. Another unique characteristic of Fridge No More is the way they run their nano distribution center and how they reach efficiencies. So since the dark stores don't service in-person customers, they can be tucked in cheaper locations like basements or other odd spaces. And since there is no checkout, there's no cashier to pay, there's more room for the fulfillment workers to work on the floor of the dark store. Basically, looking at Fridge No More will help me kind of go to what we define as a recipe for success. So looking at the winners and in this current market conditions, we believe that a recipe for success is to plan well, to leverage the right assets, move fast, meaning execute fast, and orchestrate like a champion between each and every one of the components. Using a data-driven approach, we help brand and fulfillment partners plan their supply chain activity using our planning tool, the Bondi, execute their supply chain activity with an end-to-end platform that includes e-commerce integration, orders management, inventory management, routing, orchestration, and of course, customer service with branded tracking page for the end client, the end consumer. The last cycle is optimization, where basically we drive insights out of the activity, like what works better and what's a little less better, and drive the right recommendation to use the right assets in the right way with the right integrations. I wanted to highlight one of those pillars, which is planning, and talk a little bit about how can planning look like. I'll walk you through a user journey of a VP or director of ops in a brand. So let's imagine this is the director of ops of Nike or Adidas that's trying to plan an on-demand delivery experience. The director of ops would sign into the platform, load their orders either with a login to an e-com platform or with uploading their CSV. We would then visualize the demand on our Bondi platform, where you can see here that the red areas are high density of orders. So zooming in to New York, we can see how orders are spread out in the location. In order to plan an on-demand experience in operation, we want to make sure we have the right fulfillment partners with the right capabilities to meet this demand and to fulfill those orders in the best possible way. Next step would be look at the available fulfillment partners here, and I've chosen a sample of fulfillment partners to visualize on the map. And after we're seeing each and every one of the fulfillment partners, we want to draw a delivery area that we want to be supporting with this on-demand delivery, so we can draw a polygon. And after drawing this polygon, our system would auto-recommend on the sites that has the best suitability score to serve this demand. Suitability score can look into geographic fit or commerce fit, can look into the availability and capacity of the site, and also look into the average distance from the site to the orders around the site that are ready to be fulfilled. It could look at scatter parameters, and it could look at the number of orders within the radius of the delivery area around the site. And at the end of the day, we use the same methodology for each SLA, of course, to examine the site score of each and every one of the sites, which enables us to compare apples to apples. Next step will be kind of fine-tuning the details, which is the details seems to be like a challenge that a lot of brands are tackling right now. Details could be, after configuring what is the best site to operate with, understanding how would inventory allocation look like. It's kind of the minimum of amount of units that will be sent to the front warehouse, to this nano-fulfillment center. Basically, the brand's new capabilities when using Bond is to be able to store product close to the customers using the network effect, offer on-demand services or other quick delivery solutions, gain full control throughout the whole customer journey, and then plan and optimize the operations infrastructure, which we saw is key and crucial when we looked at Fridge No More. The way we operate is with a hyperlocal network that facilitates smooth deliveries, and each and every one of the nano distribution center is optimizable. And using the Bond OS with the data-driven approach, you can basically manage each and every one of the sites in a way that will match your operations. The Bond OS also offers full operational visibility and control, both for the fulfillment partner and for the brand, as well as the best that the market has to offer when it comes to customer experience and customer service. Fully visible tracking that lets you know where the package currently is and when is it gonna arrive. Easy way to contact support, and tracking pages and SMSs that update on progress. If I were to sum up kind of how can a brand and a fulfillment partner prepare itself for the changing environment within e-commerce and retail, we believe that if we plan well, if we leverage the right assets, if we are able to move fast and orchestrate across all the different pillars of the supply chain management, you're setting yourself up for success. Thank you very much for the time, and hope you have a great rest of the day.